Yeah, man. Yeah, man. So this is Dre at Tattoo Squid Podcast with Donny Boy. Donny Boy is half of Lost Losers Podcast with Don.
One third now. Well, actually, no, it's a fourth now because Johnny's wife and young Jamie's now with us.
Oh, that's right. Because she was taking over when you were out.
When it was like in the beginning, it was just John and I.
Yeah.
And then we realized we needed to add a female element to it just to kind of keep us in check.
Oh yeah.
So his wife started joining it, and like we had another guy that was on it for a little bit, and then he turned out to be a huge douche. We're like, yeah, we're gonna go ahead and not have you on. Like, we're not gonna deal with you no more. But yeah, for the most part, it's John, his wife, his buddy's son Jamie, and myself.
Good.
And that's what we do. We do the same thing. We get fucking high as shit and just talk about random stuff.
That's cool shit, man. We call it, that's good having four, at least you get like different mind frames, going on each end instead of like myself. I'm like, what am I thinking about next? Or what do I got to do next? Or should I make this one this? Or, whatever, But that's why I do this. Now I talk to people and, and I'm glad I have like all these people that want to come on and, I try to make it fun and entertaining and hey.
I'm a big fan. You don't see like a lot of conversations between people anymore.
Yeah.
Like in the real world, people don't talk. Everybody's got their own shit going on. I like conversing with people.
Yeah.
Now, I'm not the guy that will go out and like start the conversation, but if you want to talk to me, fuck, let's talk,
Yeah. It's
I'm that shy.
Because I'm not really like, I'm shy when, like I get to a girl or something, that's when the liquid courage comes in. But then after a while, I'm like, I was telling people, and they heard this many times too, that I always, at certain points, I'm more of a person that likes to be heard, not seen.
That's me too. That's me too. If I'm the center of attention in a crowd of people, I start sweating, like start panicking. It's
exactly.
Terrible.
It's like one of those shits where it's like in school, it's like, oh, you're gonna get an award, and you get up there and you see this, and you're like,
I didn't get a whole lot of awards in school.
Well, no, I mean, but like that, like like perfect.
Just that being put in that situation.
Yeah, but like because I had like a perfect attendance back in the day. And I was like, here's an award. And I was like, oh, and I didn't have to say anything, but just seeing people out there,
Right.
And I remember a movie saying, hey, just picture them in the underwear. And I'm like, no, I'm not.
No, I get a boner.
Well, certain girls, yeah. But
right.
Like looking around like, no, yes, no.
Maybe.
Mrs. Reuter, hello there. How are you doing? Yeah.
Hell yeah.
And then you're just like, okay, I gotta get off stage now. All right.
Is my time done yet? Can I go now?
Yeah. And then all of a sudden you just like go down the stairs and you fall. Yeah. I'm like, oh.
So what part of New York are you in?
Long Island.
Okay.
Or is it Strong Island?
Well, I've been to Long Island once or twice. I spent about collectively 9 years in Jersey. I've done some traveling. I want to do like more traveling because I used to go, like when I was married, we went to Georgia and for the Okefenokee Swamp, which is cool. I mean, I was like, really? What? Do we? But it was awesome. I love it. Georgia's cool.
Yeah, and then went to Maine, New Hampshire, and then when I was like my family, I mean my dad was like from Hungary, so we would go to Hungary for from when I was a baby to 13, I think.
No shit.
So, but I don't know the fucking language. I mean, that's why my dad was there, and then he always did all the talking, and we just sat there and fucking ate and drank. But nowadays we call my dad's getting much older, and he's not going to be like world traveling around.
Right.
So I'm not going to be able to go back to Hungary and talk. I'm like, hey, What are they saying? I don't know.
Now, do you still have a bunch of family over there?
Yeah, I got like an aunt, a couple of cousins, I think I have an uncle or so, but yeah, go through all that stuff. But then we go and what's it? I went to Ireland for my honeymoon, and from a Zoom. I wasn't like, okay, I send the invite to somebody. Now I'm like on the other side, like I can't get on. What the fuck? So I had to go and do it, through the fucking phone, and it worked.
Well, my problem is I've got an old shitty laptop, so like it takes me forever to get it. Like as soon as Zoom opens, it's fine, but getting it to that point, it's like motherfucker.
I'm in the same fucking boat, same boat. And I was like, what the fuck? I'm like, like yesterday, me and my girlfriend, like, she comes in and she goes, what's wrong? And I'm like, it fucking doesn't want to work, And then she goes, breathe, inhale.
You turn it off and turn it back on.
No. That's even worse.
Oh yeah, that if it won't open, I'll have to restart and then wait for it to go through all the startup programs and all that bullshit. It's like, all right.
Yeah, but anyway, for me, because like I would try to, like, a couple of days beforehand, I'll open up the computer, let it run or whatever, because I know they're gonna have fucking updates. Every time I have a show, there's always updates that show up before the fucking show. And I'm like, no. And all of a sudden I'm like, I open it up, and all of a sudden now today I'm like, I open up, I got home, and I was like, it said something about updates. I'm like, don't fucking do it.
Do that tomorrow. Fuck it.
Yeah. I'm like, I had like 2 shows for today. Like I had yours, I had you, and what the hell was the other one? Malice after midnight. But they had to cancel it because one of them had appendicitis.
Oh fuck.
Yeah, so I'm like,
that's a valid reason.
Yeah, I'm like, dude, and I'm like, yeah, do what you gotta do, man. Just get back to me when everything is cool. And I'm like, I work with people every which way, so if you need to, like, reschedule, that's not a problem. And then there was like, I think I had like another 2 doing the same thing. Well, not the same thing, but I mean, they were like, oh, something happened. No, like I think one she was in a new house and she had to do shit to it. I'm like, hey, whatever,
I'm over at the in-laws house right now because I don't have internet at my place yet.
Oh shit.
Like I brought a couch, some clothes, and some shit to cook, and like I got stuff I gotta do to the house, and we'll move the wife and the rest of our stuff like within the next couple of weeks. But
yeah,
bare necessities right now. It looks like I'm squatting just because like I got like a basket of shit, a couch, and like I've got my laptop set up on a cooler.
Yeah,
with some movies on a USB drive, just something to keep me busy.
Yeah, I got like 2 lunch tables and a chair.
Oh.
So, but I want to get like my own, like
situation. Dude, Johnny's setup is fucking rad.
Like, I mean, I got it set up in a garage, but the only thing is, it's like the apartment garage.
Oh, okay. So there's not a whole lot of power, and
there's no power in there. I can't, and they're like, oh, do an extension cord. I'm like, my apartment is,
over a half a mile of extension cord.
Yeah, I know. I'm like, and they get kids running around. They're like, oh, what's this do? I'm like, fuck. To the point you're like, you son of a bitch.
Yeah, we used to do it on his back porch.
Yeah.
And then like it got winter time, so the other douchebag that was on it, he had a shed that they kind of made nice.
Yeah.
Nice enough, but it was fucking cold in there.
Yeah, so it is. I mean, the garage is like cold as it is, but you have to see what this, because the back part of it is like monster gore, everything, everywhere.
Hell yeah.
So she's like, because my girlfriend's like, well, why don't you use the back of the garage? And I'm like, okay, all right, cool, I'll do that. So then I had it where, like one of those fold up tables, like wrestling almost, not the big wooden ones, but the plastic,
the plastic ones.
Yeah. So then I had that going on, and then I had like my Frankenstein mannequin thing that you can lower and whatever. And I had him next to me like a sidekick kind of shit. And I put the video camera up, and I had a couple of like evil shit going on. And then I'm like, all right, now I gotta redo this whole thing and make it really cool. And then I just found like some other table and another one, and I put like I start fucking going ape shit on it, you know.
Once we, because we're gonna be building a house down here, and once we get it set up, like I'm gonna have myself my big steel shop in the back. I'm gonna have a little areas where I can set up to do like whenever we do all the shows, like my own little man cave area, you know. That'd be pretty cool.
Yeah, we could.
Like right now, like I've been using the dining room table. I'm like, man, it's not very comfortable. Can't really relax.
You're like, hold on, let me go get my drink. Yeah. Yeah, because I have I also got like a knife and sword collection I want to like display. So once we're looking for a house as it is, hopefully by next year. And
good luck with that, man.
Yeah, I know it is what it is. Like, because it's a certain money aspect that you have to look for, and you know, it's
the housing market sucks. It really fucking sucks.
Yeah, I know. I mean, it's just like, but then the only kind of housing that we can be able to find has like boards on the fucking windows and boards on the doors, and
right.
You know, you got to redo it. And I'm not a handy fucking guy.
I noticed like the housing market, like the difference between the cost of where like how much it costs to live in different areas is astounding. You know, like I was in Jersey, it is expensive. You know, there's just so many people. Texas was expensive. Arkansas, not so much.
Nah, that's why like, my friend moved over there. I was like,
a 3-bedroom, 2-bathroom house, $500 a month. Right?
Yeah, you want like, sun?
We'll take it.
Because my girlfriend wants like, you know, like nice sunny area. I'm like, there's sun.
Yeah, there's sun, there's trees, there's like I went outside last night and like living in Dallas, living in Jersey, like you can't see the fucking stars. I went outside like and I looked up, I was like, holy shit, like the stars are nice and clear and bright. I was like, I haven't seen stars in months.
I know. I mean, I used to live in Pennsylvania, and that was like, you know, you can like open area. And even though I was like, you know, we lived on top of each other, it was just like fucking great though. You know, it's like
there's still nature.
Yeah. You know. Yeah. I never got the bear in my garbage yet, but you know.
Oh, I used to have bears in my fucking trash every week when I was in Jersey. Like I had to build a steel cage to put my trash cans in to keep fucking bears out of it. Like, it was bad.
They're watching you going like, all right, Bobby, come on.
Well, we had one year, like on Halloween, the big son of a bitches, they don't give a shit if you're outside, but the smaller ones, you clap your hands, they'll run away.
Oh yeah, definitely.
This big bastard's like sitting down, like sitting there scratching his stomach, like, are you guys gonna leave so I can eat your garbage or what? Like he didn't care we were there at all. After I built the cage, like I was sitting in the living room and I heard this thud, like a thud, like every 5-10 seconds. And I look out and there's a cage trying to lift the trash can. He's like on top of the cage, trying to pull the trash can up and dropping it because he can't figure out how to get it out. Like, motherfuckers, man.
I tell you, it's like crazy how it's like, I don't know. I never get to be like in with Mother Nature stuff. You know, every time I go and see like Mother Nature or see anything with animals, I either get attacked or just got nipped or whatever. You know, it's like
what? At the same time, I had a pet potbelly pig, and I had a bear chase it around the house, and like, yeah, it was fucking crazy.
Oh shit! Yeah, I think we this is a funny story as is because I had a well, we called my dog a Heinz 57 because every known the fucking breed was in her. You know, the mom was all over town. Yeah, and so
she was a hoa.
Yeah, she was a bitch, all right. So we had my dog and we had my wife's dog, which is like a Bichon poodle, you know, mixture or something. And then that dog was a pain in the ass. And it was just like, you know, you lie outside. It's like I called him the little ballerina because he didn't want to get wet. He didn't want to get his feet wet. He didn't like the his own shadow. You know, he didn't want to be outside by himself. You know, blah blah blah. And then we had no fencing, so we had the leash attached to the thing. So we had a decent area you can go and fucking shit. You know,
right?
No, we didn't do it. All of a sudden, as soon as he gets back in. and it's like 3 fucking hours he's out there. Comes back in. As soon as he gets in, shit's fucking pissed right on the fucking rug. I'm like, are you fucking kidding me?
My wife's dog, she's got a pit bull that's 12. She's had it her whole life, like its entire life.
Yeah.
You put it outside, and like we usually put the dogs out before we go to bed.
Yeah.
Okay. And like my wife usually stays up pretty late. So like dogs go out at 2:00. I'm up by 6, 4 hours. That 4-hour window, her dog will shit in the exact same spot every damn day. Every day. Shits in the same spot every day. Like, you son of a bitch.
Yeah. But then here's the funny part. I will let him back out maybe, like maybe the next day, and it'd be nighttime. We had one of those doors that you can open up a window a little bit and have some air come in it.
Right.
All of a sudden after, I'm like hearing going, like that whining noise. And I'm like, oh, don't fucking tell me you need a fucking, and I look down and he's like this against the door, and a groundhog has him pinned on the door. And I'm like, oh, you gotta be fucking kidding me.
Those little motherfuckers are ballsy, dude.
Oh, I know. It's like there was one hole near the house, and then you go by the shed and there's like maybe 2 or 3 like big ass fucking holes there. So I know they are over there because I see them like walking, you see like little fucking thing like this. And then bigger than this fucking pen. But then all of a sudden after we can see the dog, and I grabbed the little, spritzer thing that you spray the cats with or whatever, and I'm like, okay, I'll save you. I'm like, fuck, let him eat
fucking
you.
Hit him back. Let's go.
Yeah, I'm like, you're not gonna, all right, fuck it. Like that, and then he fucking went. Brought the dog. I started laughing hysterical. My wife's like, what's wrong? I'm like, your dog got pinned against a door by a groundhog. And she goes, the little fucking shit. And she hated the fucking dog. I mean, she loves the dog, but she was sick. Not the dog, but my wife was sick.
Right.
So it was like, what am I going to do? And it's like, so we found a friend and took the dog, and that way, I can take care of my wife and blah, blah, blah. So it was just a funniest shit. And then I go, and my brother-in-law comes over. He goes, you got a groundhog fucking hole in the backyard? I'm like, yeah, I don't know what to do. I mean, we caught that. He goes, well, they always say mark your territory, So this is my area, whatever. So one night I was drinking like a 24-pack of fucking Lion's Head. That is from Pennsylvania. So Lion's Head, if you hear me,
sponsor,
and they sponsor me, hook up your boy over here. Even though I don't drink anymore, but I'll pass them around everywhere, I'm not going to be, shitty or shady or whatever. So I went out there and I was like fucking neat, I was just like, huh? Right? All of a sudden I go out there, fucking 2:00 in the morning. I'm like, whoop.
Oh, yeah, dude. I stayed the first night I stayed at the house, like woke up in the morning, went outside, like so quiet and peaceful, like just took a piss in my front yard, like nobody's around, nobody cares, Yeah,
and even the neighbors was like, because like Halloween comes around. Now Halloween's my fucking shit.
Right.
I love Halloween. And I mean, my girlfriend likes Halloween too, but I love Halloween. And so I asked the neighbors, and I'm like, so how is it over here, for Halloween? It's like, we don't really get anybody. I'm like, really? I'm like, we're gonna have to change that. Yeah. So I had like every fucking decoration I could think of, and I went out and bought more shit. So the whole thing was like decorated. Like you couldn't even walk to the damn door without somebody dangling legs, like hitting it. And it's like midgets are hanging, which I'm not saying they're gonna hang, it's not the Wizard of Oz. But but it was,
they're all jokes, people.
Yeah, it's joke. Don't give me no hate mail,
You can send it to me. I can use it to start a fire.
Oh, that's good. It's but it was just like I had the thing on, and next thing I know, there's like 70 fucking kids. Like that whole day was like 70. And then my neighbors are like, we never had this many. I'm like,
you don't invite them.
Have me,
You build it, they will come.
Yeah, you set the standards high. You're gonna get some. It's like, it's fucking crazy. But then when you get when you all of a sudden after because I lived in they call it the Valley, and then I was working like an hour away up into the fucking mountains. Oof. So it was like I lived in Pennsylvania, so it was like Luzerne was like a town next to Wilkes-Barre.
Okay.
And then I was working in Hazleton.
Okay.
So, and it's like a different fucking set, it's like you live in the valley, it's nothing really going on, there's no like snow. When it's like December, there's like a little bit of snow. You go to fucking Hazleton, it's like fucking 3 feet, like they just closed off the shit.
I got a buddy that lives up like around the Lake Ariel, like northeast Pennsylvania.
Yeah.
And it fucking never stops snowing there in the wintertime. Like, never stops.
And especially we call the fucking ski resorts and all that. They'd be like, prospering over this whole fucking thing, And I went past that. Actually, Lake Ariel, I went past a couple of times in Camelback. I think there's an old.
Okay, yeah. It's so
like you go right past that. When you go through Jersey, actually, when you're talking about, you go through Jersey and you get right into that turn, the toll booth area, and get you right into, you
gotta pay to leave Jersey.
Yeah. Yeah, that's what's funny about the whole shit. It's like, and everybody's speeding around, and I'm like, I'm going like 60. These people are going fucking 80.
Oh yeah, Route 80 right there, straight through Pennsylvania. It's a gauntlet, dude. You got a fucking flyer, they will run you right over.
Yeah, I was like, okay, no problem. I'm like, oh, and I go there, and I'm like, okay, cool, I can do this shit. And I'll go back and forth to Long Island, going like visiting, every weekend almost.
That's a long fucking drive, Long Island, man.
Yeah, but I mean,
it just there's the traffic. It takes so long to get there.
Yeah, but then you have to like figure out on the traffic like whereabouts and what time. So you have to try to do that way beforehand. Yeah. And I would do it like maybe early in the morning, and then by like the afternoon, it's pretty much okay.
Right.
Yeah. But then when you're leaving Long Island, you have to like leave at a certain time so you won't hit that major traffic going out.
Sitting for hours.
Yeah. You're like, oh fuck, I shouldn't just gone to the diner and had that. It was not the roast beef.
Taylor ham.
No. There was like a certain thing I used to get was like eggs and sausage, and then not grits. Oh my god, I forgot. I used to eat the shit every fucking day, but then all of a sudden after you eat it, and I'm like, oh, I'm on the road, and then you're like,
you're gonna take a shit soon.
I was like, fuck, I don't want to shit in the car. I'm like, no.
At least Pennsylvania, you can pull over somewhere and you just car on the side of the road, man. Nobody cares.
Well, you could do that. We call it in Jersey too, but
true.
You're gonna get somebody right behind you. Excuse me, sir.
Because Jersey's a giant shithole.
Yeah. It's like, excuse me, sir. Do you know what you're doing? I'm like, I have to go. Pass me a leaf.
Give me your sock.
Yeah, actually, that works even better. Please bring. Here you go. Word to the wise: when you're going traveling, bring a
carry extra socks.
Yeah, so that way, you won't have to worry about it. You
pack the ones with holes, so if you got to get rid of one, it's not that big a deal.
It could be the same one that you use to jerk off. It doesn't matter.
Right?
Why is it sticky back there? I don't know.
Crunchy.
Bitch. I gotta shower when I get home. And then, and that's the other thing. Well, not the shower, but I mean, there's the thing when you go into Pennsylvania, the town I lived in had a curfew fucking horn.
Really?
Yeah. I was
fucking curfew.
Yeah, they had like a curfew for the kids and all that.
Like a couple weeks ago, he's like, "You got to promote the show more." I'm like, "Dude, I'm never on social media. Like, I'm always working. Like, I'm sorry. I do what I can. I share it every week. Tell everybody I know to listen to it. But there's only so much I can do."
Yeah, I mean, like, if you try doing it from like Twitter, if you can't really do it, if you're on Instagram, it's kind of easy to do it on there.
I do Instagram, I do Facebook.
Yeah,
Twitter's just it always gets the best of me.
Yeah, all you gotta do is just get like.
I don't know why.
I mean,
from the get-go when it first started, like I've never adapted to it well.
I just like, for me, I started out where I wanted to do, like podcasting. I just didn't know how to do it. So, this story, I've been saying this all the time. It's like, I started out a video, which I didn't want to do. Like I said, I want to be heard, not seen, but I started out with a video.
See, I don't mind like on video like this. I don't mind. Like there could be 1,000 people watching. I don't care. I just sent you a picture of the one on the back of my leg.
Oh, okay.
Fucking dope.
It's like, but then hold on. No, I don't want to see a laptop. But yeah, it's just crazy. We caught here we go. Oh shit, dude.
Right?
That is fucking gnarly.
Custom piece, 6 hours. Like it's
6
fucking
hours
rad.
that was?
Yeah.
Fucking A.
The dude worked fast.
Shit. Dude, I got a story about a back leg tattoo actually, and then most people probably heard this one, but I'm telling you because you never, I don't think you ever, definitely I don't think you ever heard of it. I never told John this, but or actually I think we were talking about Ghost the last time we called him, but I was at my friend's in Scranton, for a tattoo shop, Stormy Steel Tattoos. I don't even know if they're open now. I think they're shut down. I don't know, but it was Friday the 13th. So I'm like, all right, I'm helping these guys out. And, because they're doing the little Friday the 13th fucking tattoos. So they're like, okay, our tattooers are going to be busy and we need somebody to be holding down the desk. And I'm like, all right, I'll fucking do it.
Fuck it.
So, I'm always there. I might as well, So I'm like, okay, you go first, give me the money. You go second, give me the money, whatever. And make sure everybody knows where they're going to be at. So after everything's done, and it's fucking downpouring, it's sleet, it's fucking snowing, every kind of precipitation that happened, it happened that one fucking day. So, and I'm like, holy shit, the wind's gusting, then it's sunny out. I'm like, what the fuck's going on? Is this the end of the world? And then all of a sudden after we caught, I was like, I was thinking about getting one of those Friday the 13th tattoos. And then my friend's like, no, I got one picked out for you, man. What you call it? It's cool. So he got me the Grim Reaper, actual fucking Grim Reaper that's in the desert with the sickle, just standing there, draped, the wind blowing his cloak or whatever. And so we started getting down to it. It was like maybe, I don't know, 7 o'clock at night, 8 o'clock, whatever. Doing this whole thing, everything else, go outside, smoke a cigarette, came back in, blah, blah, blah. Everything was done. All of a sudden, he's ready to tape my shit up and everything else. And all of a sudden, after we caught, like, here's my, we hear this. And all of a sudden, it's not the door, it came from the bathroom. And I'm like,
will somebody get locked in the bathroom?
No, it was wide fucking open.
Wow.
So then I'm like, is that the pipes? He goes, no, do you ever heard of pipes knock? I'm like,
yeah.
No. I mean, knock like it's on the door.
Jesus.
And I was like, okay, so I'm like, anyway, so and I'm like, all right, let's get the fuck out of here. Yeah.
Time to go.
Yeah, time. I'll talk to you tomorrow about it. That's it. Let's go. And then found out it was the pipes, but that was just the weirdest fucking way the pipes.
Now I know a lot of places out there, and they use the fuck. They use like hot water for heat.
Yeah.
Whenever that shit kicks on, you get like air bubbles and steam pockets in that shit, and that's what causes that knock.
Yeah, I mean, I have like radiators in there when I was there. I had radiators in there here from that, but it wasn't like that.
Really?
It was way different. And I'm like, okay,
we're gonna go ahead and call it the pipes and just
so leave it like, at that. But then all of a sudden after, it's like the guy's like, well, we couldn't really find anything wrong, but if we think it's the pipes, and I'm like, I looked at my friend going, do. He's like, don't do that shit, man. I'm like, we like horror shit. This is like something we're in a fucking horror movie almost.
Fuck yeah.
It's good, But so tattoo wise, did you have any stories of tattoo shops? And
nah, I mean, I don't really have any kind of anything cool, last one I got, little traditional rose on the top of my hand, I got that like 2 weeks ago. A buddy of mine in St. Louis that did a bunch of other shit on my other arm, because he did it out of his house, and he just opened up a new shop. So like the wife and I drove up from Dallas to St. Louis for a weekend just to visit some friends. Like, fuck it, let's go. I'm like, hey man, you got any openings? Like, be here at 5. I'm like, in. Yeah. Biotech tattoo. Talk to my boy Eric. He's fucking great.
Nice.
But yeah, like went there. Fucking. That one's for my mom, and she hates it. Absolutely hates it. She hates it that I have any, like one on my neck for my grandmother. Most of them have some sort of a meaning. A lot of them don't, you know, because like my mom always been a fan of purple, always loved purple roses. She has MS. That's why I got purple and orange. You know, orange is the MS awareness and shit.
Yeah.
Like, hey, mom, I got a tattoo for you. You're going to hate it, but I love it. She's like, well, as long as you love it, that's all that matters. I'm like, woman, you didn't even think about what it means. Like, we have one of those relationships. It's like, we get along for a day and then we don't. And
it's like my mom, we call it everybody in the family has tattoos. Now my dad, this is another funny story about my dad. My dad he was like against tattoos. Like every time I would go and get something, I always have it covered up. Like it could be August out there and I'm wearing a turtleneck fucking, like long sleeve fucking shirt. I'm dying of the heat, and I don't want my dad to fucking see the shit. So we moved to Pennsylvania. We were like maybe 3 weeks in, and I get an email from my brother. We call it, and it says Dad's first tat. Now, given my dad was like 72 when he got his first one. 72 years old when he first got his tattoo. I was like, and his tattoo was this.
That is cool.
So that's a Hungarian symbol, for the crest. But his was like very small, like that. Like that small. And I'm like, you had to get that small? And he goes, that was the biggest. I'm like, no, you can go bigger. Look at this.
Fuck, take the whole arm. Fuck it. Let's go.
Yeah, but then but now he's like, oh, you gotta get something that means something. And I'm like, I got stuff like I got one from my uncle that he was in the Navy, so I tried to get the Navy shield. But it actually looks like a duck that's on the shield. But it's fine, like that. And then I got my aunt's initial because she was like a school aide, so there was no like tattoo that's cool for a school aide. And then my other uncle, he passed away, so it was like within a 3-year period, maybe, or 4-year period, like one after another. And I was like, I asked my cousins, I'm like, listen, what is Uncle Mark, we call it, what is he like? He's like, oh, well, he likes the Mets. And I'm like, yeah, I'm not gonna put that on my arm now. And then he's like, oh, well, he likes this. I'm like, I'm not really into basketball. And he likes the Florida Gators. And I'm like, okay, all right, Gator thing or something, So I went to my buddy. And I said to him, I'm like, dude, can you do something with a gator? And at first he was going to go and do like this long, elongated fucking gator, like walking down the stream kind of thing. And it didn't look right because I had room like over here and it just didn't look right. And all of a sudden he goes, how about we do this? And he's like, we have the jaw, actually we got the jaw like there. Have it open up, and then when you close it with the thing, it's like it's crunching the F.
Nice.
For the thing. So I'm like, all right, and I fell asleep on, with the elbow, and that one's a pain in the ass. So, and you can, and it still holds up actually, surprisingly, because I'm always on my elbow,
right,
like at work or going like this or whatever. And then this side I got like the what the fuck is it called, like the pirate skull, like Viking kind of thing. So that's one like hurt more because I was awake through it. The other was asleep, and
the old arm ditch, like that's a tough spot. Honestly, the one on the back of my leg down at the bottom when he was tattooing on my Achilles, holy shit, that fucking hurt. Like that was brutal. My head's gonna be next. Like I'm getting some shit on my head next. Like it's gonna happen, It's my way of saying I'm never going back into management ever again. I don't want to be in charge of nothing.
Hey, when you do, come back over here.
Oh yeah, absolutely, man.
We go in as like, look at the head, bing. He's gonna look like Kerry King. With the whole fucking thing going on.
Fuck yeah. Well, I've got a big skull, like biomech skull on my chest that it's kind of gonna feed into the rest of my arm, and I want it to go up my neck and like wrap onto the side of my head, almost like Paul Booth.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Nice. Because I don't even know if that guy has any more fucking room.
Right.
Yeah.
Just like, something like that. My parents, not a single tattoo. My dad never had any earrings, never had any tattoos, no nothing. It's just not him, He's an old hippie, but he's got no interest in tattoos whatsoever.
You know what's funny? It's like I'm not saying bad about anything like hippies or anything like that, and it's cool because I mean they always have their way of like dealing with shit, and it's like, but you never see them do tattoos as it is. But hey, they're one with nature, they're one with the world, and that's what's good. Yeah,
I look like this so people will leave me alone. It's like try to look as menacing as possible so people just stay away.
I mean, people. I'm not gonna say a lot of people, but there's like my friend's girlfriend when she first met my friend was at a Dunkin' Donuts that me and him and this girl I was going out with.
Nice.
We were at Dunkin' Donuts, and then she came in, and they were striking a conversation. And I'm like, okay, now I'm trying to sober up because I'm like, I want to get coffee and sober up, whatever. And then we go back out there, and also my friends follow. I'm like, dude, what the fuck you doing? Go back in there. Keep on talking. Come on, you're going through
keep this thing alive.
Yeah, you're going through like a rough, divorce kind of thing. So seemed like that she can be help or something. Yeah.
Best way to get over is to get under.
Yeah. Well, no, it was just like but then after I'm like, the fuck you talking about? And then my friend heard it. He goes, him? He's like, he's a cuddly teddy bear.
Right.
He goes, I haven't really hugged him, but he's like a cuddly teddy bear. He won't hurt a fly unless you really fucking piss him off about something.
Most of the dudes that have the same demeanor as we do, we're that way. Like everybody I meet, they're like, wow, I had no idea you were gonna be this kind of person. I thought you were gonna be an asshole and not want to talk about shit. I'm like, fuck, man, I'm interested in everything.
Yeah, like a gentle giant kind of thing.
Exactly. Exactly.
So it's like, and also what's fun about it, it's like I can go to any kind of biker rally and fit in because.
So funny story. When I was living in Jersey, there's this old guy, Al Artizone, greatest motherfucker I ever knew. He was like 75 years old, still working in a warehouse, still doing his thing. Yeah. Rode a Harley. Every time anybody would come in, hey, is that your Harley out there? I was like, no, it belongs to the old guy. Like I had never ridden a day in my life at the time.
Oh yeah.
Like, wow, they didn't expect that. They figured it would be me, and like, no, it's this frail old man that No, I didn't start riding until this past March, and greatest decision I ever made. I'm
like still timid to a certain point because my brother drove like motorcycles, but they were like ninja motorcycles.
Right. Yeah. No, I'm all about cruisers, man. I got no interest in sport bikes. Like, and also out in Long Island, like it's got to be impossible to get out and just have a good fucking ride without having to deal with people.
No, there is like you see a numerous amount of people. There's like certain days that y'all have like a biker chapter, not a huge biker chapter, but maybe like certain like 6-7 of them, right. Just driving around, just having fun, going out east and shit, Yeah. But I would try, and I didn't want to do it because I see my brother. He had like a motorcycle, but it was a different kind, and he went to Jersey. Actually, coincidentally, he went to Jersey. He went to Seaside Heights. And he brought his motorcycle down there, and then he got into an accident, to the point where he dislocated his whole shoulder.
That's what I'm saying. Like out there, I couldn't have imagined trying to ride out in Jersey, out in New York, because there's just you have to watch what everybody else is doing. It's not that I try to explain this to my parents because they're not into motorcycle. Like, we never rode motorcycles. Why do you need to? I'm like, because I'm not you. I'm my own person.
Yeah.
Even in Texas, like I've maybe ridden my bike twice in the last 4 months, just because it's not enjoyable out there because there's so many people.
Yeah.
Out here where I'm at now, windy country roads, it's just fucking beautiful.
Yeah.
Just get out, fucking clear your head and just go.
Like the TV show Renegade.
Right. And like today, because my bike's still in Dallas. So I rode my father-in-law's bike, and my bike's old. I bought it from my father-in-law's uncle. for like $2,000. You know, it's an 08 V-Star 1100 fucking cruiser classic, fucking long fenders and shit. It's just a rad bike.
Yeah.
And I took his. He's got a big old fucking Indian Roadmaster, big 111 cubic inch fucking monster. Oh, it's like, you're gonna need gas too. I was like, okay, like I'm gonna go 30 miles this way, get gas, and then back up to state line was another 45, 50 minutes, and then back from state line all the way back to the house. So like it was a good 3-hour cruise, you know.
Yeah.
75, like the weather was perfect, you know, not a whole lot of people out, just open her up and go, you know.
It actually was funny. My mom and dad, it's weird, you know, sometimes you figure your parents, you know, it's like, oh, they went here, they went there, you know, that's the only place that you would figure. But then we're at home and they come home and they have like these motorcycle mugs and this, and I'm like, where the fuck did you go? It's like, well, we went to the motorcycle rally there. It's on fucking Sunrise over in Oakdale. And I'm like, huh? You? Wait, what? And then my brother's like, oh, you know, I'm going to get on my Ninja motorcycle and show them what a real bike is. And I'm like, oh, no, I don't know. So I'm driving my, what I have, like an 86 fucking Ford Thunderbird.
Nice.
And it was like me and like 4 of our friends. We jumped in my car and my brother took his fucking motorcycle. And I'm like, all right, I got to try to catch up. And he goes, no cop's going to catch me. I'm on a Ninja. They can't I'm like, dude, you're gonna get caught. I can see this now. Sure as shit, we could. Not even 2 feet away from the event, there's a motorcycle cop that pulled over my dad numerous times. And my dad doesn't drive a motorcycle, but he pulled him over the vehicle wise. And all of a sudden, after we told my dad afterwards, and I'm laughing hysterical. He goes, "What are you laughing at?" He's like, "What do you think that John?" You know, my brother John, we call it. You know, what do you think that John would do? You know, from here to there, what happened? And he say he's not going to be able to. He got a ticket. And I'm like, yeah. And some like bald-headed guy, he goes, wait, did he have long fucking boots on? And you know, that like,
son of a bitch.
You know, and he goes, that guy pulled me over 4 fucking times. He goes, and he got one of my sons too. And I'm like, well, he didn't get me. You know,
vendetta.
Yeah, I guess, you know, he saw the name and he's like, you know, but I'm like laughing and, you know, like on the outside of the street, and he's like, hey, who's that? It's like, well, that's my brother. He's just laughing that I wasn't going to get caught. And then I did. So, but it was just like, but speaking of I was talking about, you know, bikers and all that. There's a friend of mine that I met camping. You know, it's like a Wamboozy kind of thing. That's what they called it, but it's like Woodstock.
Nice.
So it was like a 90, like a 90-ish Woodstock. So, you know, we go camping. I met these guys, we call it like 30 somewhat years ago now. And we've been friends ever since still. So we go in after we did the camping, we go to different bars, you know, we go to strip clubs, you know, anything that was going on, we went to this one bar. And my friend George, which we call him Jesus George because he looks like fucking Jesus on a fucking bike. Like this dude, like long hair, and he has a beard that comes down like longer than what you have. And you know, we get to the bar, he goes, yeah, let me have a, you know, he's skinny as hell, you know, he's just like bell bottoms and everything else, and you know, he played the part. Gets over there, he goes, hey, give me a you know, a pint, you know, he's like, oh, and he sits there like the bar like this. And all of a sudden, me and my friend walk in, and we just looked, and we're like, oh, look at him lounging. And then we looked up, and there's a picture of Jesus right above him. And I'm like, what a likeness. I'm like, holy shit, dude, look at that. It's a likeness.
Now, with my bike, is like my father-in-law's bike, he's got, you know, the big front fairing. It knocks off a lot of the wind, but for some reason, I had an updraft.
Yeah,
like it was just doing this the whole time. Now on my bike with the, you know, the apes and shit, it splits down the middle and it goes like equally on both sides. You know? Yeah. Like it'll get to a point like if I'm going fast enough, it'll like my beard will smack like the back of my neck, and it'll actually start to hurt after a while.
Yeah.
Just whipping around and shit.
Yeah, it's always good to have the long beard, just like when you're standing there and the wind just goes and
I shaved my face completely. Like the last time I did that was January 1st of 2017. And I didn't realize how fucking cold it was outside without facial hair. Like, oh my God, that's miserable.
Yeah. I can't really, and honestly, my mom knows me. We call it for having like a goatee or something. So she never seen me without one. And me and my wife were gonna go to Ireland. And I figured, you know what, fuck it, I'll just shave it all off. Be a nice, clean cut, go over there. We go to my mom and dad's place. My mom's like, no.
Right, don't do that again.
No, don't. Just leave the beard on, it's good like that. And I'm like, ugh, And then my wife didn't like it either. She goes, no, just.
Well, I was told if I cut my beard off, I'm getting divorced.
Yeah. Well, you better keep it on there then.
Yeah. I'm like, you don't have to tell me twice. I've made that crack for years now. Like I grow a beard because I'm ugly. My mom's always that one. Oh, you're not ugly. I'm like, yeah, Mom, I am. Like, I could admit that. Like, the beard, it works.
Yeah. Because
you look at a picture of me like 20 years ago, hideous, just like baby face, ugly as shit. And I was like, ugh.
Yeah. Oh man, I believe me, I was like that too, and I was like, man,
you look like a giant toddler without facial hair.
And I always want to have like a beard. My younger brother would always grow like a fucking full ass fucking beard. Me and mine had like patches here and there, and this is like the only thing that would grow like big enough as it is. But he would have he looks like Santa Claus.
Nice. I'm actually shopping for a Santa suit right now.
Really?
I want to go because they have like a lot of toy drives and shit. Like I want to go on a fucking toy drive, like riding up on a motorcycle in a Santa suit, with fucking beard and everything. I think it'd be awesome.
Now what you gotta do is learn how to promote that shit. Jesus.
Right.
Actually, if you do it, take a picture of it, send it to me, and then I'll try to collage it or something like that and put it out there.
You'll be my new Twitter PR guy.
Yeah. Because I don't know if you ever seen we call some of the stuff I have on Twitter though. Like you said, you don't go on Twitter that much, I think.
Probably not. Like I see shit that Johnny posts because he usually tags me in it, and I'm like, I don't even know how to find out what he tagged me in. I was like, I click on the thing and it wants me to say something. I'm like, I don't even know what I'm saying anything to. Like, I want to see what he posted first. Well, there's got to be like a tutorial, a Twitter tutorial.
Yeah, but you go when you click on that thing that you just said, when you click on it, you see it, and then there's going to be a line right above it. So that really attaches to what you are going to go and comment on. You know what I mean? So it's like whenever you're going to go comment on, there's going to be a line that goes up, and then you'll see what you're going to comment about. But there is things where I do, do talks like this. And whatever thing, and I'll write down shit. Like I said, I know I said it's numerous times, and they're probably thinking oh my God, you're saying this again. I'm like, well, yeah, I'm explaining it, So, but I made this thing, and I did one with Geeks Exploration. They do comic book stuff and everything else, and I put their comic book little picture thing, and I put my picture thing on there and meld it together. And they have one where they're flying on jetpacks.
Nice.
So I put them right here, and I'm on a mountaintop, and I'm going like this, yeah, and then they're on either side of me. So it's we're all yeah, like some kind of NBC fucking after school special or something. But but I do something like that. And then this will be good because because I got a picture of John as a cartoon character.
Nice.
So if you could be able to get a cartoon character thing of yourself, then I could do the same thing with yours and all that, especially with the chicken thing.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Me in a Santa suit with dead chickens hanging around and shit.
Or the meat cleaver, just walking around it's like Silent Night, Deadly Night fucking
hell
movie,
yeah. I am in.
Which I found out Silent Night, Deadly Night came out the same time Nightmare on Elm Street did.
Really?
And made more. I don't know what happened, but I seen this on another guy's podcast. I think it was Shaken Not Scared or something like that. But guys have like screwed us up. But they had that movie and then Nightmare on Elm Street, and Nightmare on Elm Street made the killing, so to speak, and but Silent Night Deadly Night did the same thing, and they made more money almost than Nightmare on Elm Street.
Really?
Yeah, but the only difference is that the parents that had the kids watching the thing, they did not like it, and they did something to the point where they didn't want that movie to come out, and hence Nightmare on Elm Street took over the reins.
Nice.
So it was just like, holy shit, So actually, I want to write that down. I want to put down Nightmare on Elm Street. So you might have a little fight with Freddy Krueger, I guess. I don't know.
That'd be badass. You know what? I liked when the remake they made of Nightmare on Elm Street.
Really?
I like the guy they picked for it. Fucking Rorschach from Watchmen.
I know, but I got my issues about that though, man.
Like I'm saying I like that guy. I think they could have made the movie better, but I like that guy.
Yeah.
I kind of wish they would have done a little bit more with it. I would like to see him make another one, like with that guy, but maybe somebody else directing it.
Yeah. I don't know, because I mean, the only issue I have of that movie is that when you see the span that like far out and all that, you see him stand there, he's fucking short as it is.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, it's like looking at Freddy Krueger's fucking son. That's what it looks like. It's like, oh, here comes the son of Freddy Krueger. And that's what it seemed like. That's what they should do. They'll do a Freddy Krueger fucking family, nice. Son or something, whatever. But I don't know. I just had my issues about that one. It was just like, I mean, I seen Rorschach and I'm like, I love the movie and I can't remember the fucking movie that the Rorschach was in.
He was in Watchmen.
Watchmen. That's the one. But that one is like great. I love that one. I want to get the mask. That
cool if you can find one that moves around and shit like that.
There is one.
Really?
You go on Amazon and you type in that kind of mask. The Rorschach mask and all that, and they do have something like that. I think it's Amazon, but check it anywhere, or just type it in there and you'll see some shit. Yeah.
What were your thoughts on Halloween Kills?
I haven't seen it yet. The only difference is I don't know if I want to pay a shitload of money, let alone they say that it's great. I understand that. Okay, everybody has their different thing. I wanted to have it be out like on HBO Max. I could see it at home, maybe.
Right.
But I wouldn't mind going to the movie theater, but I don't want to go and shell out like what, $25 for like everything.
Right. Shit, man. I watch everything on my Fire Stick for free.
I tried doing that. We call it, and no, I got the Fire Stick, but I didn't get. I tried what's that one that you would get all the free movies?
Well, they've got so many different APKs out there. Like Kodi was a big one for a long time.
Yeah, that's the one.
Kodi sucks. I use Cinema Now, and like it varies every now and then. The government shuts it down, so you got to find new programs to run. But there's some of them that where everything runs like you can watch everything run a little long. I love them. I love the slasher qualities.
Yeah,
but.
No, but you know what it is? They shouldn't do remakes all the time. That's what they're doing all the time.
Everything's a fucking remake.
Exactly.
It's a remake or a Marvel movie,
Yeah. I mean, Marvel is like, at least you get the premise of the whole thing. Yeah.
I you know what? I watched all the Avengers movies and shit, I want to watch something else other than a Marvel movie. I don't want to have to watch superhero movies all the fucking time because that's the only thing that's out.
I mean, they do have like certain horror movies that are, not typical, but very good to watch. But then some of you like.
But the problem is, you never hear about them unless you know where to look for them. Like every commercial TV network they push, like you get fucking Wakanda Forever, like shoved in your face. Like, no, I want to watch somebody killing people. Like, I want to see a new Rampage movie.
Yeah, because they had what's it, Malignant. That was like the newest like thing, and I'm like, okay,
I saw that. That movie was crazy.
I know. I'm like,
I didn't expect the ending. I'm like, what the fuck? Like, how is this bitch doing that?
Because I'm like, I was listening to oh, what the hell is it? Well, anyway, we call it. There's a thing called Four Nerds by Nerds, podcast, and they did like an L podcast thing where it's High on Horror. That's what it's called. Nice. And they were doing Malignant, and the way they were talking about it is like this, like jump scares here and there, and I'm like, oh, okay, I'll check it out. One night, I'm like, I was getting nervous too. And I don't know why. I'm like, I love horror movies. I'm just getting nervous with this one. And I'm like, all right, let's see. I got my rainbow fucking cookies. I got my, I got my fucking iced tea and all that. I'm like, all right, cool. There we go. And I'm like, okay, in the beginning, this, that, whatever. And then, like you said, when you get to like the end, and I'm like, what? No way. And I'm like, holy shit.
Is this motherfucker running backwards?
But there's going to be a 2.
Really?
Yeah. That's what I heard. I don't know if it's going to be true or not, but they are going to have probably a second one.
That'd be cool.
Because I mean, and I know most people probably don't even see the movie and won't know what the hell we're talking about, but the ending part of it, when you remember it and I remember, there has to be a second part. It just has that feel. Like, even I went to bed and my girlfriend's like, how was the movie? I'm like, there's gonna be a part 2. It's gonna be a part 2. I don't know when, but there's gonna be a part 2.
Eventually it's going to happen.
Yeah, it's gonna happen somewhere. But now I gotta try and remember how to spell my malignant. Okay, here we go. All right, so gotta go back to school now. But what other movies? Well, I mean, because you got Halloween Kills. I want to watch that. I want to watch Ghostbusters.
I'm excited for that one. Just because the one they did in 2016 was that Melissa McCarthy?
Yeah.
They tried to turn it into too much of a comedy.
Yeah.
I think since Dan Aykroyd had something to do with this one, and was it Robert Zemeckis' son was the director on this one?
Yeah.
Plus that, and Paul Rudd's a fucking gem.
Yeah.
You can't go wrong with a Paul Rudd movie. I've discovered that like every Paul Rudd movie I've seen, I'm like, I kind of like this guy. And Fundamentals of Caring, great movie.
And even though when you see Paul Rudd on that Hot Wings fucking
Hot Ones.
And he's like, I hate you. I'm crying on the inside.
He's just a down to earth dude,
Yeah, he's just
who kind of blew up out of nowhere, really.
Yeah, it's like 40-year-old virgin. He's on there. It's just like the outtakes are fucking ridiculous.
Yeah.
But he was like, and now giving back to the 2016 one. Now I know that they made it because I'm not saying they made it for women, but there is supposed to be like a alternate universe kind of thing,
right?
I
get that. I just think they made it poorly.
It is true. Yeah, they did.
I think it could have been so much cooler. I mean, I like the cast. Like all those women, they're fucking funny as shit. You know?
And they do attribute each character from the original. Because you got the Venkman female.
Yeah, the nerd. I
just don't know why they had to put like Chris Hemsworth, like you put Thor as a fucking secretary. I'm like,
exactly. That's just eye candy to get. They have his name on the credits, so like, the super fans are gonna come and look at it,
But it was just like, if anything, they should have done a thing where it's who was the secretary on Ghostbusters?
I'm drawing. What's her fucking name? I can't remember her name, but she was great.
Janine.
That's it.
Janine Melnitz.
Yeah, what do you want?
Yeah, yeah, like we got one. But yeah, we call it. It's like if they had her on there, that would be fucking
Oh,
great.
it'd have
It's
been
like a
great.
secretary friend.
She's in the new one, like the
No.
the
I'm saying
brand new
like
one.
I'm saying
I
about
know.
the new
I'm
one.
saying the one that's coming up.
Yeah,
Apparently, she's in that one.
yeah. But it's supposed to have. I think it's supposed to have Zool.
Yeah, I saw the
Yeah,
fucking demon dogs in it
yeah.
too, man.
So I'm like, they have Zool, but then all of a sudden I found out that they might have the part two. There might be a part two thing coming out
Good.
like in the near future, but they're gonna have the what was the second guy, the second evil guy with the goo?
Oh, Vigo.
Yeah, Vigo. Yeah, Vigo the Carpathian. Yeah, we call it. They're supposed to have him in the thing, and I'm like,
That'd be cool.
yeah, that'll be especially with the kids and all that, and
Yeah.
and they picked a good cast. I mean, like the one kid from Stranger Things, which I'm waiting for that fucking shit to come out.
Yep.
Fucking season 4, folks.
I'll watch it. I'll watch it just because I've already watched the other 3.
Yeah.
But honestly, season 3 didn't hold me. Like the first season of that show, I was glued. I'm like, oh, this is cool. It's something different. Then the second season was all right, and then the third season, I'm like, I'm kind of losing interest in this one.
Yeah. But I mean,
I like the concept of the Upside Down more than the what is it, the Russians?
Yeah.
They're fucking. If they would have focused on like a nemesis from the Upside Down being the main focus, and then like, oh, this is the Russians' fault. I'm like, it was the 80s.
Yeah. But then you see Hopper, like
Yeah.
in there, and I'm like, holy shit. But then now it's like what, almost like 2 years until we have to see a part 4, and still waiting. And they said it's coming out, but yeah.
And they're not kids anymore, so it's gonna be like awkward.
Yeah. Yeah. But you see the one kid that it's in Ghostbusters Afterlife, he just looks the fucking same. Yeah.
He's been fairly active. Out of all of them, I think he's the one who's done the most outside of that franchise.
Yeah, he did like some
he was in It.
Huh?
Wasn't he in It? Like the new It movies?
Probably. I haven't really seen it because it was my cup of tea. I like the older It.
I watched it just because it looked twisted and there were some twisted scenes, but like the story of It was terrible.
Yeah.
I just think the CGI shit they did with Pennywise was fucking brilliant.
Yeah, especially when you do watch the original one, and given it was a miniseries kind of feel,
right?
But it's still a movie nonetheless, and I'm not good with fucking names. I could see the fucking face. Curry.
Tim Curry.
Yeah, Tim Curry. I mean, awesome. Like he's in Clue, fucking Rocky Horror. And he put him in fucking It. And it's just like you don't even know it's him.
Yeah, they did the makeup. Like he played that character extremely well.
Yeah, it's just like holy shit. I'm like, I love this. John Ritter. I love John Ritter. We call it, fucking Three's Company, and the judge, from fucking Night Court.
Yeah.
Hell yeah. There was like some other people in there, but I think there was like one guy. He had like that mole or whatever like on his face. He's like in soap operas half the fucking time.
Yeah, he was on. What was it? I know he was in an old Western show.
Yeah. It was crazy though. But I was like, wow. It's like I love this movie. But then all of a sudden they're like, oh, we're gonna remake. See, that's the thing. I'm like, I hear remakes this, remakes that. Hollywood doesn't have an original thought in their fucking head. It's just like, come on, people. Think of something like original. Get something good. Think of a horror character or something. Just put something out there. Maybe we'll figure it out. Not Malignant, because that's like really, crazy, yeah, but it doesn't seem like a horror character that,
Well, I know, like, I heard the new Candyman was supposed to be pretty good.
Yeah, no, I see that. Yeah,
I saw part of it, and then I had to go to bed because I had to work in the morning. But what I did see was pretty entertaining.
And then you get the Matrix, the newer Matrix coming out. I think in this month. I think.
After watching the Bill and Ted Face the Music, Keanu Reeves is too much of a robot, man. great dude. I respect the guy to death, but like, he looks like he's had too much plastic surgery done, and it's just sad.
I would rather watch more John Wick movies.
Yeah.
Than, like I would watch the Matrix one because honestly, it just looks like John Wick is going into the Matrix.
Right.
Same hair, the beard. I'm like,
I'll watch it
just
because like I've watched the rest of them. I have to,
And I mean, they got like they're not gonna have Lawrence Fishburne in there. They have like some kind of younger guy, and I'm like,
I saw that. I'm like,
and I'm thinking maybe
Morpheus.
Well, you know what it is, because I think when they go back into the Matrix, he probably like made himself. Maybe it's like the earlier years, and like even though they know who he is, they
figured out how to control the Matrix and change how we look.
Yeah, but they don't have the evil guy. The one I love that fucking guy.
Mr. Smith or whatever.
Yeah, Mr. Smith and all that. But he's like hello, Mr. Anderson. Yeah. And then I seen the sound bites for Matrix because I was doing this for the last one I did, and I was putting like sound bites in there, and I found like a whole bunch of like from Mr. Smith. He goes, society is lacking, so is your world, but he does like so slow and methodical. Fucking love that. I was like, holy shit. I'm like, all right, I like the guy. I'm not gonna fuck him. But he's menacing. I mean, have him as a fucking villain somewhere, it's fucking
fuck yeah. That'd be awesome.
But all right, I got a question for you, and I ask this to everybody that comes on. Who's gonna die first? Betty White or Keith Richards?
Keith Richards. Betty White's gonna live forever.
I can see my girlfriend now probably going, like, fuck, why?
Betty White. It's gonna be Betty White. Like, she's gonna live forever.
Okay, so Keith
will die first.
Okay, so now he's 13-8 now. So I keep tallying. So
he's 13 people think he's gonna die first.
13 people from this podcast of what I'm doing the show. So it's like 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Yeah, it's gonna be like 21 people. So it's like 8 people say Betty White. And
I mean, she's older than he is, isn't she? She's in her 90s.
99. She's gonna be 100 in January.
You gotta look at it like this. She lives in a bubble.
Yeah,
like she's fucking bubble wrapped. Like, they make sure that she will never fall down. Like, we don't have to worry about Betty White breaking a hip because there's always gonna be somebody taking her. She's a fucking gem.
Yeah,
she is an absolute. Plus, that and Betty White used to be fucking hot. Like, I go back and look at Betty White black and white photos. I'm like, God damn, Betty White was fucking sexy.
I mean, till you think about it, she still is.
Oh yeah. If I was 90 years old and like,
not in a weird way. I mean, and she is the most dirtiest bird there is.
There's a documentary on her on Netflix, I think.
Yeah,
and it wasn't like, it's not her, it's the writers.
Yeah.
Like, she never had that role. Like, they didn't until they started having her on like roasts and shit.
Yeah.
They're like, wow, Betty White, like, she can say these fucking crazy jokes with a straight face, and like, it's amazing.
You ever seen like the game shows that she was on? Like, because I know for a fact, like, the guy that did Password, the original host, she was married to that guy.
Yeah.
For many years, and then he just like died of something. I forgot what it was. But then she never really married after that. She's just been carefree, did with her own shit or whatever. But when you see her, so you see her on like another, like Password or something with a different host, and then it's like she'll be like, sitting there, and all of a sudden the person would be like, what? And then she'd be like, and then the guy's like, no,
you can't say that.
Yeah, this is a family show. No, you can't go there. And she's like, and I'm like, holy shit. And then she said something about Morgan Freeman. It's like, I was like, holy shit. she's just like she like ready, and then she's what is it? She got like a lifetime achievement award from Sandra Bullock. This is like many years ago. And she goes, "Oh, thank you, you know, I love you all." And she goes, "And I had most of you, you know." And I'm like, I was like, "Holy shit!" And people in the crowd are like, "She's like this little old lady." I'm like, she can out curse anybody. She can the table.
But the thing about it is, like, she does it without swearing.
Yeah.
You know, she can talk the greatest shit without swearing.
Yeah.
You know, it's fucking brilliant.
Yeah, and she'll curse. You'll hear curse like every once in a while, like she'll fuck up on a line or something. She goes, "Oh, what the fuck," you know. But then that's about it. But then you don't see her going like, "Yeah, we did some fucking or something."
Right? Fuck these guys. Like, you don't hear that from her. You know, she's graceful with her fucking insults. It's amazing.
It's just like, and then she was sitting there with Conan O'Brien, and then Jason Momoa was like sitting between them. And all of a sudden, after he's flexing, and she goes, "Oh, oh, oh." And all of a sudden, after he's like, "You okay, Betty?" He's like, "I'm not leaving this seat, because you might see something later." I'm like, "Oh boy!" I was like, "Damn, there goes Betty."
Fuck yeah.
Yeah, but it's like all right. So we got 13-8. So anything you want to plug? I mean, we're getting down to the nitty gritty on this.
Biotech Tattoo, fucking Eric, great guy, you know, Fenton, Missouri. Of course, Lost Losers podcast, you know, got to represent that.
Yeah.
Give it a listen. See the kind of bullshit we yap about. You know.
Yeah, but
that's about it, man. You know, like, I just kind of go with the flow, man. I don't create a lot of ripples in the world.
Yeah, I mean, like, for me doing a podcast, and you know, my girlfriend said this to me, like, I'm not saying numerous times, but she said it to me actually last night. She goes, "So you like doing podcasts?" I'm like, "Yeah, I like it." She goes, "Well, you love what you do, you know, it's like, you know, you just keep on doing it." I'm like, "Yeah, no,
I enjoy doing it, you know."
Yeah.
I mean, I've considered trying to do my own show.
Yeah.
But I'm like, I don't know what to fucking talk about. I usually rely on other people to feed the conversation, and I just kind of keep on throwing little things into it. You know?
Yeah. Actually, me and this other guy were thinking of doing a show together, but you know, I'll talk to you after we're done with this, and if you know, and tell you some details. But
okay.
yeah, and then
I thought about doing like a music show, talking about the different genres of, like, because I'm a fucking metalhead, you know.
Yeah.
Love deathcore. Like, if it's heavy and in the music has to be great. Every metal vocalists they're not created equal. Like, there's a lot of bands that get all kinds of, like, that are blown up that I'm like, man, these guys kind of suck, you know.
Yeah.
And especially in like the deathcore community. You know who Mitch Lucker is?
No, I actually
Suicide Silence. He was their original vocalist.
Yeah. Oh yeah, he died. Yeah.
Yeah. Everybody's like, R.I.P. Mitch Lucker. I'm like, Mitch Lucker sucked.
Yeah.
Like, Mitch Lucker, like, yeah, I get it. He was a pioneer whenever, you know, deathcore was first blowing up. But you look at the vocalists that are out there now, is you know, compared to him, I'm like, he wasn't in it for that long. You know, yeah, it sucks the guy died. He gave a lot to the community, but as far as like the vocals go, I'm not into it, you know.
Man,
I'm not into it.
The cartoon they made a
Metalocalypse.
Yeah.
They were I actually saw them with Mastodon like 10-11 years ago. It's the creator of the show Death Clock is the band.
Yeah.
The creator who does all like the voices and shit. Older guy, like, they're a bunch of old dudes playing fucking badass music with a big old cartoon going on behind them. It was awesome. You know,
it's like gorillas almost. Yeah.
Kind of, yeah. But like, they interacted with the crowd, like, in the voice, and like, he would talk, you know, normally and shit. And like, I've watched a lot of videos of that guy after. He's got like signature guitars and shit made for him, and like, all from doing a cartoon, you know.
Yeah, man.
It's rad.
It's crazy. All right, so we're gonna be heading out here, folks. So this is Dre from Tattoo Squid Podcast. You can catch Donny Boy on Lost Losers Podcast, and go and check out his boy as a biotech tattoo.
Yep.
Get some on there. Maybe if you name Donny Boy's name, you might get a discount. I don't know.
Hey, if you tell him that Donny sent you, I'm pretty sure he'll hook you up.
If it's like where's he in what state now?
Fenton, Missouri.
Oh, Fenton, Missouri. You go to Fenton, Missouri. Just show down there and say, "Hey, give me something."
Donny, and he's doing one of those things that I think it's cool as shit. You pay like however much money, and then like it's the gumball machine.
Yeah,
$50. Turn a knob, whatever you get.
Oh,
like I want to go there and just do that. I love that shit.
That guy, I seen fucking commercials for that.
There's a lot of people doing that.
And
okay. he started doing it, and I was like, man, because like you pay $50, you get a ball, you get the tattoo, whatever you want.
Oh shit,
it's fucking rad.
I might have to go to Missouri right now. Jesus,
do it, man.
I got my tattoo squid symbol thing on my back. I got a squid, not huge, but decent size. For the amount as it is. Now I'm thinking of there's a show called Lock and Key on Netflix.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, so I'm like into that one. It's just like I like a very not magical but more
whimsical.
Yeah, but a little bit like that.
It's an adventure.
Yeah, it's an adventure, but it's also like you get some you're like, oh shit, here's some evil person, but then here's some keys that you can do crazy shit. You can be like, oh, I'm going to change my appearance and go,
throw a book in your fucking brain and it.
Yeah, and then you go like that, and then you find like a bookstore like in there, or like some kind of thing, and then you can have fire from a key and open up a door that
anywhere.
Well, you can walk out there and you become a ghost and fly around, and then you come back and you're in your body again. I'm like, holy shit, this is good. They are doing. We've seen
season 2's already out.
Yeah, but that's we already finished that. In season 3, they're already going into.
Really?
Yeah.
I haven't finished season 2 yet. I haven't finished it.
Okay, watch that. It's fucking awesome. Yeah, there's some leaps and turns. My friend, you'll be like, oh shit. Dre's on fucking point with this one. So we were watching that shit, and it's like the thing with us is like, every time we watch like certain kinds of well, I'll tell you we call it like after we finish this right now. So we're gonna finish this now actually, and then we'll get back into that off camera. So folks, follow Donny Boy, follow John at Lost Losers Podcast, and try to help them doing Twitter. Give him some pointer.
Send me a tweet.
Yeah, it's a tweet and see if he can answer it. Yeah, but anyway.
And if I don't, it's not that I didn't want to. I tried and couldn't figure it out.
I couldn't figure it out. And I'll go on there. I'm like, listen, Donny Boy says, hi, how you doing? 2 middle fingers in the air, And he's actually getting a tattoo right now. Go down to the biotech tattoo.
Yeah.
In Missouri. But yeah. So, dude, I'll talk to you in a little bit. Everybody have a good night. Well, yeah, it is night. It's like 7:00 over here. So,
yeah.
And then I got some shirts. I got skateboards. I got fucking crazy fucking mugs. So you would like that shit. If you go on there, you'd be like,
I'm gonna check it out.
Yeah,
that kind of shit.
Yeah, it's like even like the squid. I got like a squid that wraps around the mug, and it's just like. Shower curtains. I got fucking shower curtains, folks. So shower curtains. Shower curtains and duvet.
I should have wore them when I fucking Lost Losers hoodies, man. I forgot all about it.
See, you forgot to promote it.
Well,
John's like, what the fuck?
So like, yeah, I'm bad about it. I got stickers I'm gonna start putting up every place, and
Oh yeah, that's something. Message me your address, and then I'll send you some stickers.
Oh fuck yeah, I can do that.
Because I know we called John, I think, had the stickers there, but I don't know if he gave it to you or not. So I'll send.
No, I haven't seen him in a couple weeks.
Yeah, I'll say because I got some newer ones. So we thought you'll get the. I'll get the big one actually. There's a big square one that you can.
Sweet.
So
put it on my welding helmet or something.
I don't think it'll be able to go on your welding helmet.
Oh, okay.
It's
Back of the
that
truck
fucking
it
good.
is, you know.
Yeah, let's see what happens. You know, put it on something. Put it on your bike or something.
There you go.
Yeah, or some kind of gas station, but don't vandalize it. No, okay.
Yeah, fuck
They don't know who it is. All right, folks, take it easy. Gonna shut down now, and let the lady say her piece, saying goodbye. Recording's over. So, all right, let me go and do this.